Labas, I'm Senator Dick Durbin. I'm honored to join you in celebrating 100 years of diplomatic relationships between the United States and Lithuania. During this period, Lithuania has endured invasions and challenges to its sovereignty, forcing many families to uproot. My own mother left her home in Lithuania for the promise of peace and prosperity in the United States. Through these challenges, the United States stood by Lithuania's side, including in refusing to recognize the illegal Soviet occupation of that country. In those dark times, Lithuanians never gave up on their dreams of freedom. Many sacrificed everything for a democratic and independent Lithuania. I was able to see those efforts pay off in 1990 during the restoration of independence, while I oversaw historic elections that finally made the break with the Soviet Union. And I was one of many voices supporting Baltic states' accession into NATO almost 20 years ago. Aren't we glad that we did? Since then, I've seen Lithuania grow as a member of the European Union and NATO, and as a steadfast defender of democracy. It is now a safe haven for those fleeing oppression by the dictator in Belarus, a champion of Ukraine's fight against Russia, and a bulwark against Chinese economic bullying. I am still heartened by this small yet mighty nation of nearly 3 million, standing tall, standing firm as an example for budding democracies across the world. My home state of Illinois includes members from the vibrant Baltic diaspora, including former President Valdas Adamkus, who lived in Chicago before he returned to Lithuania and was elected president. Throughout my years in the Senate, I've worked to make sure the United States remains a key partner to Lithuania. Lithuania's future is a bright one, and here's to more than 100 years of friendship between our nations. I hope you enjoy this conference as we work for a more peaceful and democratic world.
Hi folks, this is U.S. Senator Joni Ernst representing the great state of Iowa. Well, I'm sorry I can't be with you all in person today. I'm honored to share a few words to celebrate the 100th anniversary of formal diplomatic relations between the United States and Lithuania. Our countries have had an important and long-standing transatlantic partnership, and it's incredible to see how U.S.-Lithuanian ties have been strengthened and developed over the last century. Our bond over the values of democracy and freedom, both at home and abroad, has created a solid foundation for mutual respect and friendship. As we face new and emerging threats in the 21st century, these shared ideals will be more important than ever as our countries advocate for peace around the world. We must be staunch in our beliefs of liberty and dignity for all. I am confident that the United States and Lithuania will continue to be beacons of freedom and prosperity throughout the future. We have already stood together as leaders for the free world over the last 100 years. I have no doubt that our partnership will only grow stronger over the next century and beyond, and I look forward to working with my Lithuanian counterparts to advance our collective goals. Thank you again for letting me participate in this important milestone and celebration. God bless.
Hi, I'm Congressman Don Bacon from Nebraska's 2nd District, member of the House Armed Services Committee and co-chair of the House Baltic Security Caucus. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to speak to you today as we commemorate the last 100 years of enduring, unwavering, and unbreakable friendship between Lithuania and the United States. As we celebrate this historic moment, we consider the significance of our combined efforts to ensure the global survival and success of democracy. Together, we have strived for peace, prosperity, and freedom, despite Putin's saber-rattling and now unprovoked and utterly devastating invasion of Ukraine. Despite the threats on our own borders, I have personally been amazed at the bravery and the selflessness of the Lithuanian people who boldly stand up for what is right and come to the aid of those in need. We are thankful to work alongside a nation of character and courage and to call you friends. This is a time to pause for reflection and recognition of all that we've accomplished, but also to note the aggression and tyranny we still face. Now, more than ever, as we look to the future, the partnership of our nations is vital. our security and safety. We stand ready to defend the freedom of the democratic world, to stand up to aggressors who attempt to intimidate and bully the innocent on the national stage. We will not idly stand by while tyrannical regimes seek to abuse their own strength by taking what they desire by force. I am honored to be counted among you as we continue to press onwards towards the goal of a whole and free Europe. But such an endeavor cannot be achieved without the earnest persistence of the men and women who are working together for the common good and prosperity of their people. Let us continue to be the flame of hope in a world darkened by autocracy, the champions of self-determination, the guardians of justice, and the cornerstones of integrity. It is now and will always remain our duty to uphold these democratic values. Together, we will overcome any and all challenges that we may face. I thank you.
Congratulations to all of you on the organization of this very important conference in Vilnius, celebrating 100 years of diplomatic relations between Lithuania and the United States of America. You know that one of the most beautiful and admirable chapters of American history was written during the long years of the Soviet annexation of Lithuania, when the United States refused to recognize that illegal annexation and continued diplomatic recognition of Lithuania, a relationship which proudly continues to this day uninterrupted. Lithuania continues to stand as a courageous symbol of resistance to Russian aggression. No one today, no one stands stronger in solidarity with the people of Ukraine than Lithuania. Lithuania also stands out as the only country in the European Union that did not accept that embarrassing recent agreement between the EU and the Cuban dictatorship. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Lithuania. Lithuania stands out again as being the country in Europe that has respected the dignity and the freedom of the people of Taiwan in its foreign policy as well. Thank you, Lithuania. And to Žygimantas Pavilionis, that relentless, courageous freedom fighter. I am so proud of you, my friend. I cannot thank you enough. Thank you for organizing this exceptionally important conference. I so much wish that I could be there with you, but I hope you know that I'm with you in spirit and also with all my admiration. Thank you very much.
Hello, this is United States Congressman Andy Barr from the Commonwealth of Kentucky. I want to thank my good friend, Ambassador Žygimantas Pavilionis, the Deputy Chair of the European Affairs Committee of the Lithuanian Parliament, for inviting me to join you today. I'm honored to join you by video as we all celebrate the 100-year anniversary of diplomatic relations between the United States and Lithuania. As we commemorate this special day, we do so during a time when the North Atlantic Treaty Organization alliance, binding our two countries together, is on high alert. The illegal, unprovoked, and brutal invasion of Ukraine by Russia is a generational challenge for Eastern Europe. Both before and after the invasion of Ukraine, I strongly supported foreign military financing and arms sales for Ukraine, including for lethal air defense, anti-armor, and anti-ship capabilities to defend against the Russian aggression. Additionally, I called on Congress to provide substantial funding for large-scale U.S. military exercises consistent with our NATO Article 5 obligations in Poland, Romania, the Baltic, and other areas on NATO's eastern flank in Europe. By thwarting Russia's invasion of Ukraine, the United States and our NATO allies can prevent any further incursion into Eastern Europe that could threaten Lithuania or other Baltic state nations. As a result of the efforts by the United States, Lithuania, our NATO allies, and the extraordinary resilience of the Ukrainian freedom fighters, Russia's progress in Ukraine has stalled. We must remain vigilant to ensure that the sovereignty of democratic countries in Eastern Europe remains intact. Finally, I want to commend the Lithuanian government for developing its diplomatic ties with Taiwan. This demonstrates Lithuania's leadership and courage on the world stage. Taiwan is a trusted partner on global health, trade, and so many other key areas for both the United States and Lithuania. While I wish I could join you in person today, I appreciate you inviting me to discuss the important relationship our two countries share. As a member of the House Foreign Affairs Committee and the House Baltic Caucus, I remain committed to protecting and furthering our special relationship. God bless you all. God bless Lithuania, and God bless the United States of America.